Kwame Frimpong Opoku, I see you. Their own historians again. And until the lions have their own historians, King R, I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwamu Eduma. We have gathered to make truth good. Monday evenings are just not the same. Not the show will be very difficult for you to handle. Our topic is wrong. Nothing can be right. Sorry, and I have a strong feeling this is one of such shows. However, I hope we really give it a serious thought. We may not be able. Ajiman Joseph at Community 9 will charge me for mentioning things, and you should have lumped them all together. So before he even charges me, I'm charging myself. My brother Ajiman Joseph in 26th of November. Folks, I did a show called Selfish Neglect and Painful Interventions. On that show, enforcement, a little renovation, a touch more observation for years. Sometimes by just tipping a trip, just straightening up a bend. And then you are spent in traffic. The shocks and links and parts that have been tried, poured on filled some age-old holes. All that was needed. The years we have spent in traffic, because they don't want to wait for their turn, so they go to the sides of the road by Palace. And I wonder when they will fill it. And so when you get, and you just look at the work that has been done and how it hurt. It's not when the actual pothole is there. And then you're just passing there, you're angry. But when it's solved, you think neglect and painful interventions. But today it's a bit more serious than that. If the politics is wrong, nothing can be right. Folks, I know the type of government that suits a particular people, their lifestyle, their social intervention, their social life, and crucial. And we seem to be missing means in stopping any misfortune or bad omen that befalls us. I said we have no power or means in stopping any runs its natural course. We are just powerless. Be it bushfire, rain, floods. You can't do anything until the thing itself just, runs its natural course. I don't know of anything. How is it that, folks, we seem to know most of our problems? No one can let slide. But when life is at stake, and watch lives perish year in, year out, month in, month. The rich lives mattered, in inverted commas. The rich lives mattered. So when something bad, the bottom of the ladder whose lives are at stake, when you speak for them, they come back and insult you. But now, insightful documentary Crush. A documentary that, yes, let's be mindful of it, but the room dying on the roads. We were en route. We would have just died in our numbers. How? The carnage we will cause. But folks, can you believe that every president the other? I mean, how is that even possible? As for, God bless you, accidents have, we still can't do anything other than just talk the precarious angle passing through police posts. We see them. Existence. I mean, how can somebody visually impaired go through school, finish Legon, and beg to teach? Artists themselves through school, kindergarten, class 1-6, eyes closed, facilities for the visually impaired, pavements, all these obstacles. Pass through university. It's amazing. Child protection, we are struggling. Educational system, for us, after we've gone through all this wahala, struggling. Traffic management, general, simple, everything. How? That we are not doing well near it, while some big, and I always say that with road, you go to some river deity to find out. Folks, if the politics is wrong, best will give us a good manager. If the politics at best will give us a good manager. And can, but we have put ourselves, that's all we satisfy. The stakes are too high. There's no time for mind and spirit business. This, free that, greed, selfishness, me, myself, and I. The system will run or retain power. All these satisfy the mind to create, the mind to build upon what was. Folks, the spirit to know that I relate, the spirit to love and protect brother, woman, and children after us. And they will also need, they will need trees and forest cover for their rainfall, miracles, and exorcising witches. Folks, now even chasing. Folks, as for the mind, party is better than the other, and the whole country is locked up in a court. Archaeology to zoology, they are the. If we got the politics right, folks, where the leader in the right direction, at this rate, folks, with free. When people want to be induced with free, let me share you, comes on board and is trying to bring in fresh air. They're doing averagely 10 subjects. So, size books. So each child will have 10. Can you believe in the board we could not decide? PTA says, no, don't include my name on it. Headmaster could not be decided. There was no way for the whole year to your ward. The ward is coming to school, 5 books. We couldn't decide. 4 exercise books. Somebody will be in trouble. And yet we don't even have the spirit box to every corner of Ghana. Where else can we say we have achieved equity? It took Dubai to make it. The same time it took Singapore to make it. About the same men from our televisions. But we say it shall be Okadas riding up and down. Now about the mall now, it's a complete chaotic. In the central reservation. I mean, isn't that not amazing? And we're going to sit here until the next chop bar comes, The next time you go, there are 16 chop bars. They have formed as associates against us. Why? Because if you do, I won't vote. 02216. Hello.
I always tell people around me that till we get a leader who wouldn't be concerned about the next election and put his foot down for the system to work in this. The solution to our problem is simple, but who to lead it is the problem. Our minds, we are used to doing the wrong thing and to be tuned on. And if you do the otherwise, you are seen to be doing something right. Nana, look, it's funny. Look at this Adenta stress. I stay within this area. You see, this recently climbing even the new block they brought over there. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Whether you vote for him the last election or not, will make the system work for all of us. Because they common the basics. Like you said, look at our roads to be this side of the world. But then this all we've got. So
It's okay to me. Oops.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is James, and I'm speaking from Tema.
Let me hear you, James.
With the issue at hand, I think every point you have made so far, that is the typical NDC follower or the NPP follower. You realize that he or she doesn't have the mind of their own. It's just tribal on roads that will only show to the foreigner that the roads are well. But what about, it's supposed to take me 12 minutes to get home, to, dodge all this traffic and get home. You have to use the main road. And today we have the government saying that there's going to be a road. We need the inner lanes also to be fixed. The inner lanes are just preying on the minds of the people. People don't tend to have their own personal view. It's like, okay, let's go and make it. We wish our politicians would just sit back and, take a second thought on it. All they know is to travel outside. Yesterday, we have a Ghana health system. There is no structure. So at the end of the day, how do you call it a Ghana health system?
Thank you. Only interested in self-gratification and quick ways of enriching themselves. Paradigm shift. Citizen Sika Togo from East Legon. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, my name is Elhaz here. If Ghanaians, we don't get up and speak against some of these things happening in our schools, we are going to produce the... Now, it looks like...
Oops, Elsie, the line dropped. I see you, Emmanuel Ankama. I see you all listening. Yes, sir.
I greet you well, sir.
I greet you back.
Your side is straight. I think one problem that we have to is we have the maintenance department from the works and housing. We have the, where we used to have that thing. Let the system work. The police service is not in isolation. The old customs commissioner, immigration, fire service, more than 10 ministries with deputies. So what is the executive president for? And of all this is there. Nana, I beg to differ.
Thank you very much. When your MA man, Abokobi, Pantine Village, Ashoman areas pay you.
Yeah, this is Jared from. I've been following you keenly in terms of this particular program. A very significant, challenge that we persons. Fortunately for me, I am working, but I know a host of we are advocating that we should get off our friends, who are on the road begging for arms. Mm-hmm. And if these people need the motivation to go there, there should be a day that you give us the opportunity to, as it were, holistically, notwithstanding the result of, the way we discuss bringing something on board that people should be paying a certain amount for the general uproar in the country, if I should put it that way. And government president had gotten, as it were, but it would have really helped this country. Nana, there are some decisions that can only be taken by leaders who are intrepid. So if you are not an intrepid leader, you can't take such bold steps to president decided to refrain that particular decision, not to front of peace. I learned there was an incident where an accident occurred, and it was one of these cars that had, gotten spot.
022165441. Good evening, Nana. We are living in a charade world. So pretense. The same line here. Let me go to the phones. And hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah.
No, I can barely hear you. Hello? Hello, have I got Bright?
Hello, yeah.
Bright,
hello.
You are very educated.
But I listen to people like you who really school in all walks of life. You said it all. Nothing works in Ghana. 98%, you said it. If you try to be sometimes, people who really open their heart to do things, all institutions, 98% is in fact not thinking in this side of the pavement, selling their wares while thousands are on the street. And AMA look on, if they are stand on their feet and clear the people and they will not politicize it, Ghana will be far away. But let me take a negative attitude. You don't have any place to go. Thank you, Nana.
Good evening.
Please, this is Edward calling from Kasua Millennium City.
Edward, let me hear you.
Thank you for the kind of work you are doing for our country. Nana, the problem we have as a country, let me put it in this situation. What will happen to the house when we are down? It will collapse. The foundation that we are talking about is forgetting that politics is just a competition of in their parochial interest and result of just one thing. And important.
Hello? Now, this issue is something else in a foreign country, and the first step to stop these bad habits is accurate.
Hello.
Yes,
Good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
This created as a lot leaders who bring them on board, and when they get the power, they become the laws on us. The things they do whether it is good or bad. That is what because some people are benefiting from their wrongdoing or their better doing. We don't have to do our mindsets together and then let the politicians know you are working for us. That is make us go through the proper ways, through our rules and everything. And they should know that the schools that they... So, but I don't know, I don't really get it. When they come here and they see some attitude, I don't right thing. And then we move forward. We are just small. We have Ghanaians everywhere in this world. Why are we disgracing ourselves like this when it comes to our own country, our own backyard? But I know people are listening. The politicians, they are listening. They should change their minds. The wrongdoings.
Get our politics right, we will keep. And who's with me on the phone?
The problem is political party funding. Until we fix political party contracts and doing the wrong things after every election, have we reflect what really happened? It brings an account which shows that they spend probably only today's elections way more than that. And we still ask ourselves these very tough questions. How these political parties are funded. I heard someone talking about this car towing. Sanitation over the past 10, 15 years, I'm sure can probably
compulsory. My argument was that just like your car insurance, because of what the police will do to you, you go and get car insurance. Because you decide for maybe 10 hours or whatever it is, it will be towed. And tow bike, and you have to go and charge me 100 cedis to tow my bike. Tow my bike to where? So 6 hours, you don't change your gear. But okay, fine, look, let me pay this 300 punish people. So let us just... to Mr. Andy Adukwe Tego. Mr. Andy Adukwe Tego, I hope you are tuned in. Deputy General Secretary of GAU of TU, Fikant Other. Equia Egnusen Ando Robertson of Gettysburg. Ami Equia Ando Robertson of Gettysburg, Maryland. Another birthday wish to Mr. Kwabena Dapa, every year, the transport manager of Greco. Happy birthday from Malik. Those of you, I'm sure you've heard the Republic of Edumasa many times, and you know that, I'm the overlord. Efia Sewa Ampafu Braketu. Yesterday was her birthday. So last week she was, gave out goodies to the children, had a little party with the children. So on behalf of to the Republic of Edumasa. But birthday mode still continues, and the party is yet to at University of Lagos. Can you imagine if she graduates, she becomes a doctor, and they give me quota too? So we wish you well and happy birthday, happy birthday. Youngest audience, Nana to think of why is it that as a people we can't just stop bad omens from, I always say, but until the light down.
8 o'clock.